suffering servant David, and Messiah ben Yosef, and Messiah ben David is the king of the heavens.
Well, first, do you know if they have traditionally seen this passage as a messianic passage?
They probably, yeah, of course.
Okay, show me the proofs.
Are you serious? They use this prophecy of Moses also. Because Moses was...
No, you're saying...
Yes. You said messianic.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now. All right, so Moses is a lower type of Messiah. He's not the Messiah, but he is Messiah. So he would be the suffering servant that is Messiah and never got to enter Israel. So he is that suffering servant that led his people into Israel, but him and his brother weren't allowed. So I can easily see that. You can easily see this being Moses also.
Okay, but that's not referencing the Messiah.
No, well, show me where it says the Messiah.
Oh, great.
Or how you identify to be the Messiah.
But
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you make that claim, then prove it.
I'm not making the claim. You make the claim, all right? So you see Jesus in this passage. So obviously you think Jesus is the Messiah.
You're taking my word for it?
Well, no. Actually, I'm literally saying show me proofs, like for what you say. So if you have any evidence that there's
the gospel is
an interpretation,
the gospel is like portraying this character.
Yeah. So
I'll just read you the whole gospel to show you Isaiah 53.
Okay, well, show me in the Gospels where it references Isaiah 53. That would be good. A good start, at least, right? Wait, I'm confused. There's two guys here. Same picture. Who is who?
Okay. So where do we start?
You know, a laser.
Where do we start? Where do you want me to start, my friend?
Well, you tell me.
Can I share the link?
Yeah, show me a reference from the gospel where there's like an explicit reference of Isaiah 53, or if you have like any classical tafsir from Jewish.
Okay, so how do you want
First Temple era?
How do you want this categorized? Do you want every verse, or do you want every other verse of Isaiah 53? Because I'm going to give you the whole complete rundown. But you let me know how explicit you want this list.
Yeah, I feel like you do whatever you think is enough. I'm just gonna read whatever you have to put forward, you know. I'm asking you, like, if it's too complex, don't make it too complex. Just simplify it, and then, you know, we could discuss from there.
A meme is basically challenging
He wants to do. I'll do a verse for verse breakdown. I mean, this takes me a little bit to type up. But yeah, sure. Let's do it. I mean, I can go to like. It comes too long. So we'll start from verse 12, and then I'll do verse 12 on if we pass 12. But I could show you. You said does it reference the New Testament? Sure. Go for it. Click out the link.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what I mean, Daniel. This isn't stuff that he can look up on his own. You know, like, this is not even a challenge. He just wants me to do the work for him.
Okay. But maybe you have, like, already an argument made up and you can defend your position.
There is no argument. If you're saying that this person who corrupted the Gospels, this much,
going there.
You know what I mean? I think
you are going there. I haven't even brought it up.
This much skill. No, I would say this to an atheist. Like, to put this much work into it, for then it be what? or two sentences is going to throw the whole thing off. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I mean,
Oh, so he's not making the same claim as you. He's not saying it's verbatim. He's saying it's divinely inspired, right? Which is a more like easier position to defend than yours.
yeah, they knew of the scriptures before, but they had an expectation.
Okay, so John 12.
If you want to say, right, because I'm going to think that you're an atheist. If you want to say that this story is an amalgamation of other stories that reached the peak in its time for humanity.
Representative LaHood, who, as the chairman of our Work and Welfare Subcommittee, has been a tireless champion for America's foster youth and a leader in advancing these long overdue reforms.
Like, and you also, and whatever other beliefs that stem from this is going to be also a fairy
Here
tale.
go the niggas again. Government, gimme.
Okay, so here.
Just you taking the atheist position, I think.
Gimme.
You should take the atheist position because you're going to tell me that it's
I'm acting like a
I'll
Pharisee
show
right
it
now.
to you.
You'll have to defend your claim. You'll have to defend that whatever you believe in is backed up by the sources you have. Why not? Because if someone
Putting all his no. Unlike you, he's not putting all his eggs in the basket of scripture. Your position is very hard to defend. He's saying I have the logos. That's Jesus himself.
No, he's
For
saying,
him, like
he's saying
third part,
Jesus is
like
the
this
Messiah
making it-
based on the Old
What?
Testament prophecies. So I'm gonna have
It
to
doesn't
stress this
always
out,
have
right?
to reflect. It doesn't always have to reflect.
It's the truth, right? If you're Jewish, right, for example, you're gonna
Is he taking on the Jewish position? Not
you're gonna have
that
to-
at the beginning of the conversation.
well, I just told you I'm gonna take the Pharisaic position. You're
Watch
saying
this one
Jesus
untrained man
is,
handle his business
you
against
know,
a bunch of
the
people with his girl
suffering
continue to
servant
get in the
in
way.
Isaiah 53, right? So let's see how it goes, right? Where in the Gospels, like what passages would you say backs up this claim? So let's start from there.
I just want to listen to that.
John chapter 12. That's right.
Let's go to verse 1. Isaiah 53, verse 1. You're saying it doesn't reference anything in the gospel. That's right there. Maybe that's Let's go to John 12, 37 to 38. Directly quotes Isaiah 53, 1. You want to start there? That's like, give me the first.
So I have the passage in front of me. I can read it. Okay, it says, even after Jesus had performed so many signs in their presence, they still would not believe in him. This was to fulfill the word of Isaiah the prophet. Lord, who has believed our message, and to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? What's the source of this verse, actually? Nice. Okay, so we have at least one reference. So it's good, right? It's good to know. So 53, verse 1.
Verse 1. I mean, we'll start there.
Awesome.
You want to go to verse 2?
Sure.
Are you happy with verse 1 now?
It's actually what I was thinking.
Every single verse referencing the Gospels. Yeah, I mean, what questions do you have?
Because Isaiah says elsewhere, he has blinded their eyes and hardened their heart, so they can neither see with their eyes nor understand with their hearts. Satan and many even among the leaders believed in him. But because of the Pharisees, they would not openly acknowledge their faith for fear they would be put out of the synagogue. For they loved human praise more than praises from God. Then Jesus cried out, "Whoever believes in me does not believe in me only, but in the one who sent me. The one who looks at me is seeing the one who sent me. I have come into the world as a light, so that no one who believes in me should stay in darkness. If anyone hears my words but does not do them, I do not judge that person, for I do not
Okay,
come to
women, do
judge
not
the
get in
world,
the
but
way
to
of men when
save
they're
the
about to
world."
fight. You're making it worse. And now for men, if you're getting jumped by a bunch of people, do not turn your back against them. You're literally giving them free shots and you can't see it coming. Also, if you're getting jumped, you should never be the aggressor. Don't be the one that's attacking them because you're putting yourself at risk to be countered. Your whole strategy against multiple people should be footwork. Move back and laterally, then park your feet and attack. You want to continue to be a moving target. For example, look at the guy in the gray knock himself down by throwing a wild kick. If you're moving, this is great, but if you're not moving and you get tangled up with him, you fall down and they swarm you. So what you need to do is practice moving backwards while you're throwing punches. As long as you're not stationary, they're going to have a hard time hitting you cleanly. And lastly, if they end up in a high pull mount like this, all you have to do is use your knees to bump them even further forward and then escape out the back door. But in the street scenario, don't stay on top, just get up and get away.
They would say, no, this is actually Isaiah 53 is a reference to Israel, to one servant, which is the Jewish people, right? What's your counter claim? Then there's also like many many views. I think there's one view that says it's concerning Jacob, right? So one interpretation I think says it's referencing the prophet Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. But then you'll have to argue, no, the Messiah represents all of Israel.
Governor Pritzker in the March 17, 2026 election, who was unconstitutionally blocked. I'm here.
I mean, for me, it's clear. And in any case, it's clearly talking about a servant who does not speak of his own shahawat. He does not speak of his own desires. He's simply, reciting the words God has inspired in him, right? He is commanded to do these things.
Facts.
Yeah, I think it's a good position.
Who has a crush on?
I have to remind myself to breathe sometimes.
Anyways, do you have any additions?
You lost
Any comments? I see. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just being silly.
Yeah, I love the one, the thing he said in verse 47. Which one was it? Yeah, if anyone hears my words but does not keep them, I judge not that person. His name is Yeshua, right? Or Jesus, right?
This book on Locke is crucial. It explains the ideas of life, liberty, and property on the street for understanding America. This book on John Locke is
to be a savior for the world in some sense, right? And now here we are, we hear the echoes of the words, but it's doing a job that's not necessarily like physical. I think the Jews had a lot of physical expectations, building a temple, doing this, doing that. But in reality, the legacy of Jesus was much more.
this book on John Locke is crucial.
Was much more simple and much more powerful because it's words, it's hope, right? So, in a sense, it's like he was selling hope people hope to achieve something. Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna pause so that anyone has any comments. Just
So, are you still doing like TikTok stuff? Are you making still TikTok videos?
yeah, well, I still
Black
do some
Noir was Spot's
videos.
most obedient killer.
It's just
He had
like,
powerful regeneration
it's been a while
abilities,
since,
but now he just wanted to
'cause
survive
I'm not that
because his
consistent.
nightmare had
I
returned.
used to be much more consistent, but last live I've done
Oh god,
If Soldier Boy came for revenge, his immortality would mean nothing. To deal with Soldier Boy, Homelander proposed they team up. But the moment Homelander finished speaking, Black Noir walked straight into the elevator. He cut open his skin with a knife and removed Bond's tracking device. He hid back at his home. A group of cartoon characters appeared before him. They saw his fear and cheered him on together.
Like
You can't hide from Soldier Boy. We got you through that erection in the 7th grade. By golly, we'll get you some dishes.
Then they used cartoon animation to show Black Noir's past. He was once a member of Soldier Boy's team, but Soldier Boy always bullied his teammates. He crushed Black Noir's dream of becoming an actor. Black
If Grandma says I don't got
reach
no
potential, I guess, on TikTok. So yeah, so that's the point. But so far it's
This
just
book on John Locke is
it's not that
crucial. It
consistent.
explains the ideas of life, liberty, and property. A must-read for
Just
understanding
wondering
America.
like how his
This-
internet presence is doing. Is he getting
Hey
lots of
everyone,
likes?
check this out. It's 25 Zen essays by R.H. Blythe. Really
I
interesting.
mean,
Hey everyone, check this
I
out.
don't know. He's gonna have to be more consistent.
Hey,
Wait, so you guys
hey
are on
everyone,
TikTok?
check.
Yeah. Well, other platforms also, but
Did you make any money?
bro, I'm not in for the money. So
Hey
Well,
everyone,
that's not
check
what I
it.
asked.
you said, did I make any money? Well, I received some roles.
Hey everyone,
I
check
don't know,
this
like
out.
Some people send
It's 25
like,
Zen
gifts,
essays by R.H.
sometimes.
Blythe. Really interesting.
Not that much, because in Canada, the monetization is it's not there. It's not like in the U.S. I should have taken like an American number and but no, I just didn't. So yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, going back to your online career,
Hey everyone,
how
today I
are
want
you
to talk
able
about this
to like
book, 25 Zen Essays
spread
by
your message far
R.H.
and
Blythe.
wide?
Hey everyone.
Far and wide.
Yeah.
As long, the way that I see things is this, right? As long as, I'm doing something positive, whether it's even one person, two persons, I'm happy with it. So, if it takes, it takes. If it doesn't, I don't mind too much. Because, yeah,
Hey everyone.
the most important things, I would say, is also in person, right? So, there's a lot of work that could be done in person, and looking forward to do this. Yeah.
Do you mean you're gonna collaborate with?
if Grandma said
They were all enthused and they were gonna protest and everybody said, oh, the regime's gonna come to an end, and then all of a sudden, boom.
I don't know, like how do you feel about joining Senek in his mission to have like a strong internet presence?
Oh, the real. When you get by yourself, could you use a.
I feel like that was I think that one of the best because if you do different some things are more appealing than others. Like some jobs are more so for me, I would say that one is interesting and appealing. I'm not doing this like full time yet. So
Every single day I thank God.
Yeah, so do you have like
Hey everyone.
contacts?
Today I want
like,
to talk about this
you know,
book, 25 Zen Essays by R.H. Blythe.
quickly?
Hey everyone, check this out. This book on John Locke is crucial. It explains the ideas of.
if I have contacts, I I do, but yeah, I do, but I'm not going out like
Marcus, do you want to be
100%
or something?
Oh, if that's
I'm not invest. Like, I mean, after all, religion is the best business with very low investment, but like heavy ROI. So.
Are you sure about this? It's not a good, like, I think for the money it's not even, because man, I thought about this one. I was like, you know, if you go out doing dawah full time, you just don't have, there's no revenue. Like, I'm not the type of guy who's
Are you kidding me?
I'm not gonna charge people for this, no. Yeah.
Why?
Because it's not part of my, it's not part of how I operate. You know, I'm not the kind of person who loves to charge based on information. If I have an information that's valuable, you just give it. That's it.
I mean, a strategy goes a long way, my guy. Right? Like, if you actually want to get your information out to people, it's useful to have a strategy. Nargis is in it for the dollar sign, so that's very interesting. Heavy,
I feel like
We are down 30,000 units of gasoline for deficit amounts, and now, sir, you have us stuck in a quagmire.
Hey, Joe, your girl is breathing her last.
What about the child?
It's gone awful quiet.
Get it out! Get it out! Come on! I've been called to the torture! Patience! Now you stay here with your grief, Daddy. Be careful! Protect the asset! Just one angry shot for Furiosa! What?
Right. Another month could have been your viable human.
Was it a male?
Yeah, A1 Alpha Prime.
Hey, Rictus!
You lost a baby brother.
Perfect in every way. I had a baby brother, and he was perfect! Perfect in every way! We are down 30,000 units of gasoline for deficit amounts, and now...
Well, you know, because sometimes things that are comforting is actually it's something good, right? Because you know, you could be speaking to someone who's
I'm not on dating apps and
okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Hey, God, do you ever see this credit card be worn? It's you can buy yourself.
Yeah, I think like the way that I see it is more like I should focus. For now, it's not the right time. I should focus on doing some things, make money, and then, you know, out of your own pocket, you need to literally just invest in whatever things you deem is important. So.
Let people's money and let them business. You do not use your own money.
Yeah, so that's a good idea also. Like, I'm not against it, but the thing is this, right? So if you want to have a partnership, right? Some people are there to make money from whatever endeavor you're going to, right? It's not a regular business. We're not talking here, like, I don't see this as a regular business because it's more of a charity. It's more like you think there's an issue, right? And then you're trying to provide value for an issue. So the people who are going to partner with you, they have to understand that it's not a I invest and then we make profit. No, it's more of I invest and we make a real change in the world. For example, yeah, it's just charity. This is charity. We're not making money here. That's the thing. Like, it's not we're not opening a corporation right now. That's the point.
What better corporation than the God Corporation? It is always the pattern has always been successful with this model because you cannot up God, the God concept. You can't up an omni. It's the best thing to sell. And
I'm not so sure about that. Like,
I'm telling you.
Adam Bial. Okay. Just because you're doing something that you're doing, right, and is righteous, right? Like you're sitting here and like you keep going back to that. It's like it's a charity. You want to actually reach people. people, nourish them spiritually, whatever. Okay, that is independent of having a viable business model, right? So like the two should not be seen at odds, especially like in Islam we don't have this idea of like poverty or things like that. You can make good money doing good work. Right? So you should also, if you're taking this seriously and thinking about this, you should not have in your mind that, oh, because I'm doing this for God or whatever, therefore making money is something that's inherently wrong or bad. Quite the opposite. If you understand business principles, you can make good money doing this. Okay?
I see your perspective. I truly understand it. It's not that I don't understand what you're saying and I'm, naively going the hard way. No, no, no. So what I'm saying is this. If I want to make money, I would rather do this with a business, a true business, who's going to, literally make true money because of, a valuable problem that is resolved. But when it comes to God, it comes with a certain image, right? You don't want to be part of the people who are going to, feed, take money, right, from the people who are listening to you because of information that should be, a no-brainer for available to all. So this is why, if you want to give Qur'ans, you should do it, out of your own pocket. It's free. There you go. If you want to feed the poor, it's free. There you go. So, yeah.
It is who is doing it. The same stuff has always been around, right? It's how you build off of that. The product has always been around. How do you think innovation happens? Inventions take place. None of these are out of the blue. No one's inventing the wheel. You're using the same circulating concepts, much like the prophets did, refurbishing them, repositioning them, retelling them your way. You're selling a concept. This has been the most efficient way of doing sales. Now, does it bring good to the world? Sure, that's a profit. That's a benefit.
I agree with what Adamir was saying about Qur'ans and stuff, right? There are things sure, giving people scripture, passing on the hadith and stuff. But then there are things where you're actually
No, you don't want to pass down the hadith, bro. You're gonna get screwed.
Okay,
Hadith, you might want to kind of hide the hadith a little bit. That's a dangerous area.
Let's have that conversation at a different time. But the thing is, you're actually performing a service, right? So there's a very famous hadith about the guy who, in the time of the Prophet, performs an exorcism, and he goes to the Prophet and says, "Hey, I have this talent. I help people. People are possessed by negative energies, by jinn. I help remove those things for them. Can I charge a fee for this?" And the Prophet says, "Yes, you can." Right? So if you are performing a service, for example, you are passing on content about the application of religion in the modern day. You follow daily news or you follow social trends, and you are offering an analysis that incorporates a religious view of things and how to maybe hold on to Iman or hold on to Deen in the face of certain challenges, like in pop culture, for example. That's a service, and there's nothing wrong with making money off of that. But if you're going to somebody, if you're going to go to somebody and teach them how to pray Salah, okay, I understand, sentimentally, and maybe even from a matter of perspective principles, okay, I'm teaching you how to pray, I want my reward to come in the next life. I don't want my reward to be in this life. I totally understand that. But too many, I'm against this idea of just because my domain is one of religion or whatever, that I can't make any money off of it. And quite the contrary. My experience in business, when you have a legitimate business plan, it actually builds trust with the people that you are doing business with. It doesn't take away trust. Right, so it actually helps you build, and then if you're generating profits, you can actually build your business and do more things with your business if you have the resources to actually fund it.
Yeah, I see the perspective actually. I'm not necessarily I'm not against it on all sides. For example, if someone has he makes videos on YouTube and then he uses this platform, this multi-billion corporation called YouTube and Google, right? He used them in order to send a message and they pay him a fee, for example. Like, he's making money this way. I wouldn't disagree with that, but I'm saying, like, when it comes to spreading faith or spreading like God, to others, I don't know. It's just a better, I just see it as it would be better to do it for free, So this is why, like, in my mind, I do separate both. I'm like, yeah, here's business ideas. Let's make up money in the real world. Let's resolve real problems. And then once you have this, like, you have accumulated enough money, then you could invest that money into whatever purpose you have. And you could even, like, that's the thing though, there are many persons who are willing to give charity in a cause they believe in. So I would rather take my money and the money of someone who's willingly giving his money in a cause we both believe in, rather than in a sense pumping the money out of the people you serve. It's, for me, I see this as a contradiction. So yeah.
So which is a good religion to target right now? Which can make the most money? I'm serious. Like, have you done the survey on it? What are the videos that are being watched the most?
Are you gonna make social media content?
I'm thinking of.
She's gonna become a Mormonite or something. Like, she's gonna.
No. I'm gonna pump that which is selling the most, obviously.
Wait, but what angle do you want? Do you want to promote the religion or you want to attack the religion? Because you can make money either way.
Maybe promote it, because those who promote have more zealous, right? That's why I think selling a god is so much more easier than destroying a god.
It is conversations about God and the nature of God and religion, and the end is you're just going to become a grifter, a religious grifter.
Absolutely.
Wow. You really are like a hedonist, aren't you?
Of course.
Oh, that's great. Well, you're a woman, so it can, like, you'll have more success because of that on the internet.
I'm also very convincing, right? I'm basically take both sides.
Not convincing, but you're a woman.
You haven't seen my content though.
I've listened to I've been how many rooms with you? Are you kidding?
It's not going to be like this. I'm going to definitely hire people like to teach me how to make them. I'm going to collaborate with people who already are established, who I also know, and then just sell a concept.
What, you're just going to tweet at them and they're going to agree to work with you? Why the hell would they?
I know them personally.
Okay, and they're going to, like, let somebody with no following, like, it still doesn't make sense for them from a business perspective.
No.
If they are her friends, they could agree. That's. But for me, I would say it's more.
When it comes to money, people don't actually operate that way. Like, if you don't bring something to the table, like, your friend is gonna say, "Hey, I'm happy to support you when there's something in it for me."
They're not supporting me. I'm offering them a chance to make more money.
Listen, if you wanna grift, Catholicism is having a moment right now. You can promote Catholicism.
You should partner with Jews, Nargis. How haven't you thought about this one?
Yeah, that opportunity's just been sitting in front of your nose.
Go make some contacts in LA and New York, and then.
Bro, I have famous contacts on your TikTok. You probably know them all.
Nargis, if you want to make money, just become a Zionist Iranian. Just become a Zionist Iranian. You'll make so much money.
Oh man, that's not interesting. It should also be interesting, right? It should have that, like, virtuous quality to it. Because it's very easy to act virtuous. It's one of the easiest things to do.
Act virtuous about Israel bombing Iran. You'll make so
No, you can't. That's the thing. It's a very hard thing to sell. So if you're acting virtuous about, like, something virtuous, you should complicate it. It's like, most people are dumb. They'll buy anything. If you're different, they'll buy anything from you.
should just start a podcast together.
I don't think we're on the same page.
No, he's not famous at all. Like, I can't start small. You kidding me? I can't start small.
I'm all
I'm
about
not going to like spend time on it.
I'm all about quality before
Is that what you're pointing towards, Marcus? Nexus, right? That's what you did.
Nexus. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if maybe she reforms her thing, maybe we could partner up. Who knows? But yeah.
Or was it YouTube? I mean, not YouTube. Netflix with the cult, the Nexus.
Yeah, Nexus. Yeah, the Nexus cult. What a great concept.
You know about this?
Yeah, of course.
You're the guy that fucked it. He's the guy that fucked it up. All the women.
He fucked it up. What a cult that was. One of the best formulated cults in the world. How well it operated. You don't think so?
Like a clock. Yeah, of course it did.
My God, what?
He had them working non-stop.
Yeah. It involved mind. It was so attractive. What a great cult that was. And how bad, and how...
Maybe they don't know about this. Let me put the link up at the top. Hold on a second.
Yeah, man. The next... If they didn't fuck it,
Just
they didn't
don't
have
get out of branding iron. That's all.
Branding iron, oh my God. Remember? Dude, that was horrific. Towards the end, how ugly it got. Oof. Got ugly.
It's in Nexium.
Nexium, yeah.
Nexium,
Yeah, Nexium.
Not Nexus, Nexium.
What a great... I've seen so many documentaries on them. Fantastic. What a model.
I think we need to bring back Osho.
I stayed in his freaking ashram. It's really, it's not going to fit anymore.
The older lady, she was a psychologist. She had a doctorate degree on manipulation.
Yes. Dark psychology, yeah.
She mastered in manipulation.
My gosh, that must be hard to live with all that. See, I would sell perennialism. It's just that, which is very ongoing right now. It's really
like this, but you sell it like this, like this. Like if I start a cult, it's gonna be like this.
Exactly. It should be cut like that, so well organized.
Right? Like, and some people see smart men don't get fooled by fucking pussy, man. Ugh.
Yeah.
He ran successful. He did Ponzi schemes before, and he was successful.
He did so well. Each was called a vanguard in this Nexium, right? My God, he brought about hierarchy, and that brought about freaking competition in his followers. He did it so intelligently. Dark mind, very dark evil mind.
What is even? I don't see the. It's not even attractive in any sense. Like, what are you guys talking about? Cult leaders freaking fooling people and.
Nah. What do you think you're doing? What do you think religion is doing?
It's not a cult. There's a difference between religion and cult. Like,
religion is actually about truth, though.
Exactly. Cult is based on exerting power, and it's satanic. Like, it's literally exerting power, and the people who took the first stakeholders have more power, and it's all a scheme.
That's right. Like the high-end scholarship, the popes, the mullahs, that's correct. The high-end.
This is meritocracy. They deserve their place. An imam studied for years. He have knowledge. He knows the deep end of the religion, so on and so forth.
So do very well-studied cult leaders.
Freak, you're talking about dark manipulation tactics.
What do you think religion is? If you don't do this, you go to hell. What is that? What is that?
A religious person who is, I'm not going to speak of all the 4,000 plus religions, but I'm going to speak of the main ones, Abrahamic ones. It's all about truth, guiding people towards a greater good. Yeah, something that's reducing chaos, reducing evil in the world.
If fear-mongering is the basis of a successful cult. If this, then hell. If not this, then heaven. Is the basis of the placement, of giving you placements.
Basic question.
Yeah, what do you call...
not tied up with, manipulating people in your view, or is everything a manipulation?
Everything is, like Aleister Crowley here says, is hypnosis.
Aleister Crowley? Are you kidding me?
This guy here, John Kitover, says.
Now you made it more general, hypnosis. Like no, it's either
Everything is hypnosis.
or true intentions. Like one or the other.
You can call it anything, bro. In the end, that's what it is. Like, chill out.
I know questions are hypnotized, but you guys take the cake.
Yeah, these guys are getting the cake too. Food will all collapse and something will come.
There's a fact of the matter to like existence. It's not just whatever people say about it.
I mean, you just want to die.
It's knowable.
You want to put your metaphysics against mine? I don't know what your metaphysics are.
I'm a perennialist. I'm a traditional. I'm not like Nargis who says I'm a perennialist because I just understand the intellectual frameworks of different religions.
I'm a traditional perennialist too, actually.
Right? How? You think all religion is a con?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it as
Yes, but not
as Dan says it. You are a
not the universal
judge.
principles, right?
You are a
The
judge.
particulars are corny.
You're saying judge like chicken?
Yeah, that's the joke.
What is your what is your temple called?
Yeah. I mean,
No.
My temple? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like the temple of worship or okay.
Yeah. What is
So we have mosques and we have the Kaaba.
Okay, so this is the thing, right? So we have the Catholic Church, and we know that it's either going to be me or you, right? But we're going to make sure it's you before it's me.
What is
And
that?
the race is on. Well, every empire falls. Eventually.
Except, and now I'm gonna take the verse from Daniel, was it 7? 7. Except the last empire of God, who is carved by God's hand, right in the mountain, the rock, the foundation, who's gonna stay up until the last day, the last religion on earth.
abstract, whatever that is.
Wait, Nargis, do you believe in prophets?
Sure.
Hello or yes?
Sure, I do, yes, why not? What do you believe in? I believe in archetypes, the principle of good humans that have come to guide others at all times, yes.
So there's a divinity. The divinity sends messengers. The divinity sends revelation. So those are parts of your worldview.
Of course, the bee is a messenger. The flower is a messenger. The human is a messenger.
Okay, hippie. But are there then people who are sent throughout time to protect the messages that are sent that were sent?
The truth, that is that one truth principle that, yes, absolutely.
Okay, so then how can it be the case that all religion is just a scam then?
Marcus, you think it needs to be protected? How is it protected? If it's the truth, it's the truth. You can't separate it. Like,
it's not protected. It's just a reminder because humans forget.
Well, it can be divinely protected also. Why not?
How do you protect the truth? If something is true, then it is true.
Yeah, you don't. There's no need to protect it. Truth doesn't need anything.
Well, because evil.
It's not contingent upon anything.
No. So what I'm saying is that the evil forces may want to erase the truth, but if absolute reality protects a certain reality, who are you to even try to even destroy it? We would say as Muslims,
Truth can never get destroyed.
If all the humans on earth wanted to erase the Quran, they would not be able to do so. That's a claim. It's still applicable.
What is the Quran?
Right now.
What is the Quran?
It's a challenge. It's a challenge, actually.
I don't know what the Quran is. What is the Quran? I don't know what
Use one storm like it.
Yeah, what does that mean? Like, is that a verse? You'd have to explain that to me. I don't know that about this.
Yeah, there's
a religion like that.
There's a Quranic challenge. So there's
the
a
Quran
challenge.
is a holy book? Is that what you're saying it is?
Of course.
Okay. And then
Reminder until Judgment Day.
Okay. And this was okay. So this is your holy book. All right, Gary, go to what is the verse? What does it say?
Let me find this.
Is this referencing something from the Bible?
No, it's just making a claim. God is making a claim about the book, right? It's not to say, like, I'm not here trying to say, oh, your Bible is corrupted. No, I'm just talking about the preservation of the Quran. That's it. It's in chapter 52, verse 33. Yeah.
I don't think you're a perennialist, atheist. You're a traditionalist Muslim who acknowledges like the truth that was held by different prophets who came and spoke of it, just as Islam claims.
He lied.
These are perennials. It's too dedicated,
I am highly traditionalist. Like, I do consider myself, like, highly traditionalist. It's just sometimes, I don't know, you can't dismiss everything, right? So, that's my perspective.
Who's dismissing everything?
Well, I don't know. Some people do see the world black and white in the sense that, I'm right, everyone is wrong. So I don't think I take this approach per se, even though I do have a lot of black and white ideas, right? So.
Like, then in that case, then why would you be propagating one particular thing that you're calling truth, right? Instead, you would propagate that which is like a truth principle, instead of like a particular. You would say that there are universal truths, and there are like particulars to that universal truth. These particulars come in the form of religions, but different. But the universal truth, or these universal principles, are true at all times, right? In any possible world. And they don't change. So much easier to convince.
Well, there is, yeah, but that's the thing. I wouldn't necessarily disagree. But, like, you can have, because again, it depends how you see it, right? Like, because I do think the Quran says, the deen was perfected. The religion of God was perfected.
So deen is not religion.
Who to define what this
Deen
religion
is not
of God
religion.
is?
Deen is a system on which, like, truth is placed, like a universal truth. That is.
Yeah, it's a universal law. It's a universal law.
Yeah, you can't use that, right?
Could be Sharia, right? Sharia is more like the system or the.
Deen means structure, like a system that structurally works to achieve like its highest goal. That is deen.
Exactly.
Mazhab is religion.
Well, madhab, it's even more sectarian-like.
Yeah, that is religion.
Yeah, it's like a category of in a religion.
Yeah.
So yeah, but my approach is pretty simple. I would say any religion has truth, right? Now you should just be able to decipher what is that truth, and in order for you to do this, you should know those universal laws in a sense.
Yes, correct. So every mazhab has deen as the biggest set.
Yeah.
The subset is mazhab. So mazhab can be anything, right? You call it something, you give it names, you give it particulars, you give it differences. It's just like diversity in human beings. But the biggest set is human.
I've heard, again, if you're a perennialist, I don't know how to say this word, I've heard that came from a Jew, actually. It was a rabbi. He was saying that he read the Quran, and he said that actually whenever in the Quran it uses the word deen, it's not referencing, let's say, just the religion of Islam, but it's referencing the religion of God, which is, above the divisions of man. Yeah. So he was saying basically that Muslims and Jews are both following, and Christians are both following the same deen, but they have different sharias, right? Different covenant. But then, it could be a controversial take, right? It could really be a controversial take depending on how you see this. What's my approach? I would say I'll have to think about it. I don't know.
So go back in history and like see, because the record is, scripture is historic. You have to see how the historic Muhammad utilized like these concepts, right, to become successful and victorious in his empire of faith. And how he did it was by using deen as the very basis, not madhab. So he's presenting a structure, like a universal truth principle. He's including like all other madhabs. He say, okay, the Christian, okay, the Jew, okay, with slight alteration, such that he can keep the deen going. The deen here being like taslim, to surrender. That is the very like that perfects you. To know exactly what you are, which is a contingent being, a dependent being, and to surrender to that dependency. That is the best of all truths. It'll always sell as a concept.
Wait, who are you saying again?
Yeah, who did that?
Who is that? Who said that?
In the Deen and Allah Islam.
Yeah.
The best of all deen.
That's a verse in the Quran.
Correct.
Yeah, because God gave a name in the Quran to the deen, to this deen, or yeah, some people say.
Islam?
Okay, listen. Some people would say it's not a name, but it's gonna be rare. Like like he
This
references
identity facing
to a
thing
name.
is not there historically in the first 10 years at least of the Prophet's
I
life.
have an issue actually.
You don't study history. This is why you
I
can't
do
map
study
it to
history.
its historical reference.
I'm aware of your position. I'm really aware of it.
My position is
Or the
history
position
that you
you're
have to map it
presenting,
to.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you could say the religion of God or the universal law of God is to surrender to the will of God, right? And a Christian could say, yes, I also surrender to the will of God. And a Jew can say, yes, I also surrender to the will of
Islam
God.
means to surrender to the will of God. Where are you getting it from? What is
Well,
Islam?
that's actually undeniable. This
yes,
is
that's
from the
why it's the
Quran.
truth, right?
Yeah.
To the will of God. Don't add fucking words to it. Islam is
That's
what?
what it is. That's what it
What is
is.
Islam? Give me the freaking
Islam
literal
is
meaning of it.
yeah. So because it's linked to different words, it's also related to peace, right? So through submission, one achieves through true peace, right? So that's what the essence of Islam mean. That's it. Pretty simple, basic, and it's true, right? So that's what it is. There's no many words. When you surrender to the will of God, that's where you sense this true sense of peace within yourself, because you're going with reality, not against it. That's what it is, right?
Trying to keep up with the conversation. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with the conversation. I really don't know too much about what's going on, but I'm trying to pick up on little things here and there. But this is really interesting.
Yeah.
Like, you're doing really good. No, buddy. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I don't know what Islam is either.
Okay, but Nargis, you literally denied the definition, but can you propose a solution? What's the counter? Like, I don't understand what's your contention.
I didn't deny actually don't put excessive words in it. So when you say like to surrender, it's to surrender to what? To reality.
Yeah, but there's also this aspect of peace in the word of Islam.
Okay, you can add that. The salam. Okay, all that. Those would be, but the idea is to like surrender to the reality of things, right? To be aligned with, like you said. If you don't, then you're flunking, basically. If you do, then you have known it. And that is the best of all structures. That is true. And all
Yeah, it
else
doesn't
is
need
not.
to be preserved, right? Or like even
No.
what? Like, yeah, it's true.
That's true. True, that's true. Whether you preserve it or not, it stays.
found that a little weird when you said that. Was your preservation?
Yeah. Yeah.
Preservation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like insecurity. As though like truth requires us to preserve it.
Yeah. Megatron, he's making connections like, the Greek words we have. Yeah, I agree, man. I really agree with you, man. Like, I'm not here trying to say, like, oh, the Bible has whatever, this and that, and no, that's not my way. I'm just trying to have a common understanding with you, man.
Prove that the Bible was corrupted. I would just expect them to give me the evidence. I'm all up for like people, saying, "Oh, I don't think this is true." Be like, yeah, just show me where. Like, is there another one that says it's not? And then we just go. I mean, I have no problems with you saying it's.
Yo, can I ask you a classical question? So this one, you probably heard it, but I'm curious to see what's your actual position?
Yeah.
So the question is this, so what Bible do you think is the one?
The latest.
The latest one?
Yeah, because the preservation of the Bible gets better and better and closer and closer.
It's really
To
mysterious.
its original form every time it's translated. We're taking a database of not only one language, but multiple languages with the same meanings. But no matter how you say it, no matter how many times it's been said, it's going to be through its original meaning. So the more translations we have, the more research and development into it. So it only preserves it even better. Just like we've seen with the Dead Sea Scrolls. So we have the same Dead Sea Scrolls, and we see that it's almost Isaiah is almost identical.
Oh, okay, so here, according to you, you should take the latest major English translation of the Catholics, is the New Catholic Bible, NCB.
According to what though? So there's the RSV, but there's also other versions like the NIV that use the Masoretic text also in Hebrew, which I would love still to know when that latest translation comes out. I'm interested in knowing what they found in that one also.
Gotcha.
Not being yeah.
Yeah, my question is just
the
like
most information is the best thing.
Question. I'm not here trying to you. No, it's just I'm curious.
I think with the more scholars involved, especially secular scholars, we get a more and more honest opinion because they don't have stake in the game. So I think the more information you have about it and more people like critiquing it, it makes it a better translation.
What about the Ethiopian Bible? Why not this one?
What about it? I'm going to use it too. It's going to be a conglomerate of all the translations in every language.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I just used the bill.
No, it's because there's like more books. Maybe you could say this is a heresy and no, more books, more knowledge. I don't know.
Doesn't it look authentic though? Like the size?
No, it's not the size. No, listen, I'm not trying to. Listen, I'm simply trying to see what's your perspective. Would you be open-minded to read an Ethiopian Bible with 88 books you have never seen or read, and it's new information? And will you be patient not to say heresy? No, it's wrong. And would you say the same thing with the Protestant Bible that has 66 books, right? So I'm just curious to see what's your approach.
Here, where it fits flop. So it fits flush. You see where the tool are? I'm going to make little tools.
I think you're lagging.
I can shoot it from the back. Is that a good height to shoot?
Hola amigo, ¿qué tal?
conflict after all.
See, when you're entire,
Yeah, in a second.
when you put all your eggs in one basket, I mean, right? And you put it in the particular thread without like
Holes.
Mm-hmm.
I-
Just can't hear you.
Hola amigo, no te escucho.
Probably I should ask the right on this. Okay.
No te entiendo, amigo. I'm practicing my Spanish. See, I told you guys one day if I speak Spanish, it's simply to flex. That's it. Good language.
But I would rather like focus more on
Classical Arabic. Yeah. There's a lot of words too.
And one day you'll realize that all this you held to, right? And all this you so much fought for and flexed for was just a particular of the truth that everyone else seems to hold also. And your entire like freaking lifelong dream of just making one thing true while negating all others was such a useless way of living. And that day it'll be a bit too late to live because you would have gotten old by then.
No, I don't think so.
Why is that what they do? Is that the reason?
No, you know, it's a good point, right?
Is that what they're always asking me? Like, oh, what is it that you believe? And I'm like, yo, I'm asking. Like, man, you have to care about what I believe. I've noticed that with these guys. They're always like, what do you believe?
So the thing is, it's all in the intention. If, let's say you had good intentions and you made sure along the way that you didn't do decisions based on, in order to please others or whatever, like, I don't think I'm gonna regret whatever, anything. So yeah. It's just as long as you understand you did the best based on what you were able to know, right? There's no regret. I don't think so. Especially if you think a lot about purpose. I think like we're people who think a lot about purpose and what to do and stuff like this. So I'm confident that we're gonna make good decisions and yeah. Yo, I'm just saying, like, till the end.
So young, bro. So young and idealistic. It's okay. One day you'll grow up. 10 years have gone behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun. And you run to catch up with the sun, but it's sinking.
So what would you say are your biggest regrets in life? If you have any, and if you want to share.
Signing on the club. Signing on the clubhouse, maybe that's one of them.
Yeah, that is one of my biggest regrets.
Everybody hates clubhouse.
Yeah, that would be one of my biggest regrets. However, that'll come to an end. At least it's realized. But other than that, just how I think No, I don't have any. Maybe I do. Just bad decision making, things like that. But that is not because of.
But
used to think that-
your
I used to
overall
think
purpose.
truth exists. Yeah, I used to think truth exists in only one form, under one banner, with one name. And I used to give things identity. That wasted a lot of my time.